Hi everybody, welcome back to 30 Days Until Dawn. Today is the 4th of October. So the 3rd of October. It's the 3rd of October. And if it's the 3rd of October, that means tomorrow I'm teaching a class on ekphrasis in the Dawes Center for the Arts in Pomona. Come by at 1 o'clock, it's free and it's fun. I'm not going to feed you, but no, I'm just not going to feed you. Okay, we're working on ekphrasis this month, and we started off with Bruegel, and then we moved to Shawagunk, Thomas Cole, who both had a different relationship with the natural world. Now we're going to move on to absolutely one of my favorite painters of all time, Paul Klee, spelled K-L-E-E. He was a painter who was part of the Bauhaus movement, and he was living in Europe in a very, very chaotic time. This is the time of World War I and World War II, and he was one of the great masters of that time. But of course, he had a problem. The problem was that Nazis thought his art was degenerate, and he did a lot of paintings, and he lived through a lot of really, really turbulent times. And you can see that the pain and the turbulence going through his paintings. You can also see the joy that must have been inside of him too, which is exceptional. I'm going to post several of his naturalistic paintings down below, nature paintings, right? And the way he saw the world was different. The world that he's living in is chaos, right? We have, first day we had Bruegel, who saw things in terms of metaphor, and then we have Cole, who saw the incredible power of the earth, right, and the power of nature, and how insignificant it was. And now we're having somebody who's seeing the world through the eyes of chaos. And you can write about any or all of the things that I'm posting below. But Paul Klee is someone who is very inspirational to me, and you can see how he's getting away from these purely sort of technical looks at the earth. Right now he's abstracting it. Of course he's not recreating the earth. That's not the point of art. He's making a three-dimensional he's painting a three-dimensional thing on a two-dimensional plane, so he flattens it out any way he wants, and it gets to the real truth of whatever it is that he's looking at. And so part of what he's seeing is pain, part of what he's seeing is joy, right? And okay, so now the poem that you're gonna paint is, I'm sorry, the poem that you're gonna write. I'm being synesthesia here. The poem that you're gonna write is going to be about this painting. If I were going to write this painting, if I were going to write this poem, I would probably write about just the tension that he was feeling. I'd figure out what year he was living in, what's going on with the Bauhaus, what he's dealing with, maybe that. I might also compare it to the others that we've seen so far, and say, you know, how is Klee different than Bruegel? How is Klee different than me? Right? What do I see when I see Klee's paintings now? Why is it significant to me? Right? I'm not living. I mean, of course, there's chaos today, but it's not the same level of chaos, not the same kind of chaos. Right? Things have changed. So why in the world does it speak to me? What he's saying has universality, even though I'm not living there. That would be my poem. But what your poem is individual to you. And if you are, let's say, Stephanie Hammer, what you might be seeing when you're seeing this is filtered through the lens of surrealism. And that's great. It's fantastic. I love surrealism. If you're Tom Thomas, what you're seeing is filtered through this haiku that you've really perfected and really got, well, perfection, whatever. You're in that. You're filtering it through your wonderful haikus, right? Whatever it is, and like Tom, you understand computers, right? And which to me is just like magic, right? It's whatever. But you really understand that, and it's being filtered through all that. Let that come out. Let your personality come out. I'm somebody who thinks in terms of history because I like history, and so, but that doesn't mean that you should. Okay, so whatever it is that you do that, then post down below, and we will comment. We'll have a conversation about art because that's what ekphrasis is, and I will see you tomorrow.